There was a friar who was very playful and jolly. He was a beggar for the church, but a very popular guy.
There was a friar, a pleasure-loving and merry one, a limiter with an assigned territory, a very solemn man. In all the 4 orders of friars is no one that knows so much of sociability and elegant speech.
In all the 4 groups of friars, no one was better at sweet-talking and using fancy language.
He had made very many a marriage of young women at his own cost. He was a noble supporter of his order.
He was very well-loved and close friends with the rich landowners and the town's important women.
Very well beloved and familiar was he with landowners everywhere in his country, and also with worthy women of the town.
He had the power to hear people's confessions, and he claimed his license was better than a local priest's.
For he had power of confession, as he said himself, more than a parish priest, for he was licensed by his order.
He was very kind when people told him their sins, and he gave them easy punishments to make up for them.
He heard confession very sweetly, and his absolution was pleasant. He was a lenient man in giving penance, where he knew he would have a good gift.
He believed that giving money to his group was a sure sign that a person was truly sorry for their sins.
For to give to a poor order of friars is a sign that a man is well confessed. For if he gave, he, the friar, dared to assert he knew that a man was repentant.
Some people are too tough to cry even if they feel bad, so they should just give silver to the friars instead.
For many a man is so hard in his heart he cannot weep, although he painfully suffers. Therefore, instead of weeping and prayers, one may give silver to the poor friars.
He kept his hood stuffed with little knives and pins to give away as gifts to pretty women.
His hood was always stuffed full of knives and pins to give to fair wives. And certainly he had a merry voice. He well knew how to sing and play on a rote string instrument. He absolutely took the prize for reciting ballads.
He could sing and play the fiddle beautifully. He knew the bars and the innkeepers better than he knew the poor.
His neck was white as a lily flower. Furthermore, he was strong as a champion fighter. He knew the taverns well in every town and every innkeeper, and barmaid better than a leper or a beggar woman.
He felt it was beneath a man of his importance to hang out with lepers or beggars. There was no profit in it.
For unto such a worthy man as he it was not suitable, in view of his official position, to have acquaintance with sick lepers. It is not respectable, it cannot be profitable to deal with any such poor people, but all with rich people and sellers of victuals.
He only spent time with rich people who could pay him. He was the most polite and best beggar around.
And everywhere where profit should arise, he was courteous and graciously humble. There was no man anywhere so capable of such work. He was the best beggar in his house.
Even if a poor widow didn't have a single shoe, he was so smooth he could talk her into giving him a penny.
For though a widow had not a shoe, so pleasant was his in the beginning, yet he would have a farthing before he went away. His total profit was much more than his proper income, and he knew how to frolic as if he were indeed a pup. He knew how to be much help on days for resolving disputes.
On official days, he didn't look like a poor monk. He wore a fancy wool cloak that was rounded and stiff like a bell.
For there he was not like a cloistered monk with a threadbare coat like a poor scholar, but he was like a master of arts or a pope. Of wide, expensive cloth was his short cloak, which was round as a bell fresh from the clothes press.
He lisped a little on purpose to sound sweet. His name was Hubert, and his eyes twinkled like stars on a cold night.
Somewhat he lisped for his affectation, to make his English sweet upon his tongue, and in his harping when he had sung, his eyes twinkled in his head exactly as do the stars in the frosty night. This worthy friar was called Hubert.